since we did this.
Good. Hello, folks.
And
Hello.
hello to you. Hello unto you. Since we did this. All right. Whoop. There we go. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been another full week.
It's been a full week, and I will have a video I need to share soon-ish, but like not now because I think we should catch up a little bit on the week that it has been. But before we go off in any direction, I just wanted to say this to my Jewish friend that when we were talking all this time, however long we've been talking, I remember everything you say is like it always comes back to the Jews. You'll see that it'll come back to the Jews.
It does.
And then this week, what did we see is that U of P had to stand up and say, you're not getting a list of all of our Jewish people for protection. I mean, my God.
That was actually going to be one of the things I'd forgotten about it until you mentioned it. But initially, that was one of the things I was going to talk about. Like, that's so insane. Like, it never ends well with lists of Jews.
Yeah, what was your? I'm glad Penn is holding the ground, but like, where? Give me your take on this, please.
It's something that it always comes back to, like, it's going to be used against us. Like,
you saw this coming years away.
That's of course. Thing,
like they're coming for people. Oh, it's all going to come back to the Jews, Jewish space lasers, and I'm like, oh, come on, that's just a joke, but it's not.
I mean, it is and it isn't. Right? You know what I mean?
But it is. Oh,
it's kind of like a dog whistle.
Yes, horrible.
Yeah, except that the dog whistles are no longer dog whistles.
No.
They're out and out, like Nazi calls for violence.
Right. Why do they need to know all of the Jewish people to protect them? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't at all.
None.
No. Like, you could do it on an individual basis. There's enough, like, evidence of anti-Semitism both at UPenn and, like, at these other schools. Like, you could just do your fucking job.
Right? Plenty.
You know, I mean, there's no reason. Like, there's no logical reason for it other than we know who you are. So when it's time,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. I got instantly sick to my stomach in a way that's like, oh no. And then I just had to think about everything you were saying, and like, I won't say it rolled off my back, but it was part of the noise of trying to understand what's going on in the world. And it feels like wow, I got hit in the face. Like, it feels like, oh, whoa, like I had you all the whole time, like telling me what the layout was. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, the layout, I don't know. And then all of a sudden someone just threw a great big snowball in my face. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, I don't fault you, because honestly, like, when this all like really set off, like, I was hit in the face too. Like, I thought, you know, that we could be past that as a society, you know, like, we all figured out that hating Jews is a bad thing.
Bad thing. List, bad thing. Identification, bad thing. Let's not do that.
And when I realized that they, you know, it really wasn't over for us, and they just rebranded and like reframed everything in like, you know, this humanitarian way, like, I was kind of shocked by that. And I kept reading and like on my own history, you know, in ways that I hadn't before, you know, and I realized that that's kind of always how they do it, you know, like every rebrand, like the myth about the, you know, Jews poisoning the well, that was branded as protecting, you know, communities from the insidious Jews, you know, when it was rebranded as, you know, Jews being polluting the white race or whatever, we were supposedly doing. It was a matter of like protecting white women, and the purity of whiteness, and then now, it's rebranded as we are white, and, we're colonizers and apartheiders and genociders. Like it's kind of trite, to be honest.
Well, also in a lot of the like, wasn't the story about why they needed concentration camps in Germany was to keep Jews safe? Right?
Yeah.
We're trying to keep
Well,
them
the
safe from the war.
ghettos,
We're under
the
war. Yeah,
initial,
yeah, the ghetto, whatever they
the
had.
initial ghettos. Yeah, yeah.
So it
And
always begins with we're just trying to keep these guys safe, so we have to know where they all are, and then that just goes haywire from there. Is what it is.
which is again, because the ghettos in World War II were not the first ghettos. Like there had been ghettos.
Yeah, right. Time in memoriam. Since there's been Christianity, there's a needed
Yeah,
ghettos, right? Because blah blah blah.
and it was always to keep the Jews safe.
And now in 2026, they tried it again. They were like, hey, we just need a list of everybody. Hey, and now we're all supposed to be carrying papers. And maybe your
Yeah,
papers
right.
look a little different because you need special protection. You know what? Maybe instead of just papers, because you need special protection, maybe you should wear
We should wear yep,
a
absolutely.
pin or something like that. Something here, right?
Absolutely.
That's how it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're at, and you called this, or you were seeing this, or you had that your Scooby sense was tingling. You were right on it. And I wish we had hung close. I don't know. I feel like I've been punched. And I'm sorry. And I'm just freaked out. And yeah, so that's where I was. So I wanted to make sure I got that out.
I really appreciate that, and I know that any other fellow Jewy folks that watch this show will appreciate that, and you know we need every ally that we can have.
Tough times, man. This is crazy times. Yeah. I also
And,
have, sorry,
and for other folks out there on the left, like the so-called progressive left, like I want you to know that we need you too. We're not who you make us out to be. Like we are like teensy weensy teensy 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 everywhere we are, except for our home in our homeland. And even then, like compared to everybody else, teensy, like the size of Jersey, but better.
and the future forward is not is recognizing the same that we all share, right?
Absolutely.
As opposed to getting all bitching out about the differences and scared and all that sort of shit.
And you're 100% right. I have no qualm with saying that I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. They are not the problem.
Right? I know you
The
do.
average everyday Muslim is not the problem.
No, no. Your life has been in support of people of different faiths and different
Absolutely.
diverse. If you encounter them in protesting world, you encounter them fighting for them in prisons and fighting for their health and all sorts of things. So I know.
Absolutely. And like we welcome you to join in this fight against this the oldest and most insidious of evils.
It really is. It's crazy pants. Yep. And well, have you experienced any, since there's so many other issues going on, it almost seems like the pro-Pally has quieted or at least gotten drowned out by a lot of the immigration
I
stuff.
think I think it has, but I think a lot of Jewish folks are still kind of really
Well,
freaked out,
well, yeah, they're counting you. Right?
and not going to these things. A lot of them,
Yeah.
because you frankly freaked us the fuck out,
Yeah.
and
It's
you
not,
still kind of do.
yeah. and it's not, you don't still don't know where we stand. There's still, and it's again, and there's still attacks being like levied, but just more insidious. The actual government itself is starting to try to count Jewish people. So, like it's no one, yeah. Now, I do have something that I wanted to
Oh,
show. Oh,
before we
sorry.
go, I did want to mention that there was, I think it was this past week or maybe the week before, and I had missed it. There was a firebombing of a synagogue in, I think it was like Mississippi or something. One of those southern racist states. One of those southern racist states. But this is like the second time well, I think it had been like there'd been some other incidents, but like where it like was completely razed to the ground. The first time was during the civil rights movement, and it was completely burned to the ground again. And it just shows you that history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it rhymes really, really in the worst possible ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was interested to, I mean, to me, I'm curious if that the government seems to be trying its best to intimidate, scare people, all that kind of stuff. And I wondered when I heard this thing about counting Jews if they're now reaching fully for the Nazi thing because they think that'll be the scariest
so. I
possible
think
thing
so.
that they can go with.
Trying to scare Greenland.
Yeah, and just going like crazy like that. But then also, I'm just thinking too, on the other hand, how it easily is picked up here because, again, the whole way that we taught that Hitler and the rest of the movement over there about segregation and blood purity and all that shit. We were the ones who were the teachers. They learned it from us.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking about when you were talking, this young lady who had done a video this week who she was talking about the ICE raids and the comparison to the Gestapo,
Mm-hmm.
and how for her that wasn't a good comparison. Because I mean, yeah, the where are your peppers, bullshit, that's pretty, amping. It's like a big scary outside, force or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she compared it to like the slave catcher days,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I was thinking about like the comparison, and they're both very similar, in the sense that, they were both designed to target a specific group of people, with, the idea that you are not allowed to be here
Yeah.
unless you can prove otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't realize how similar the two like groups were in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
The difference being for her is that's an outside group. For the Jews of the time, it was, their neighbors or, people that were around them. Similarly, these were white neighbors, doing what they thought they were supposed to do. And it's literally the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the through line, and you can see the through line through a lot of the policing methods.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, constant rebranding of the same tired tactics
Mm-hmm.
for the same tired purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes the people change,
Oh, yeah.
who are the victims. Often not.
Right. Often not, because it's always the same.
Yeah.
Because even in times where the government is stabilized, we were still chasing brown black people and holding
Yeah.
them down and
And
stuff.
even
But,
in places that were in the north after they had declared, they said, declared people of color free, these guys would go in and break the law, which is another,
Absolutely. Yep.
that was another common that was another commonality between these two, is they break the law wherever they felt they had to because they wanted to just grab people's property,
Yep.
quote unquote,
Yep.
and drag them back down. And
Yep.
that wasn't the
Yep.
law in the states they were in.
Yep.
Yep.
So again, it's really quite bizarre. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which leads me to the investigation into the wife of Renee Good, the
yeah.
mayor of Minneapolis, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, and Tim Walls.
And
was
Tim
investigating
Walls,
it. Yeah, so
like-
stupid.
It's no, you were coming into these places, breaking these people's laws,
Right?
Mhm.
you know, claiming that yours supersede theirs. And to some extent they may, but those laws still exist and you don't have a right to impede
No.
their law enforcement.
No.
Yeah. Right.
Just like we don't have the right to barge into Greenland, who doesn't want to be us. And
Yeah, yeah. And they've made clear that they don't
they
want.
do not want us. They were made. There's a wonderful lady on today. She's part of their political system, and she's in the Cooperation Party. Is that not the best name for a party? The
Absolutely.
Cooperation Party. I want to be in the Cooperation Party. But she spoke from there, and she's like, "You all think we're stupid Eskimos up here? We're not. You know, like we're we're Europeans. My parents are Danish. Like she's like, we're obviously we're brown, but other than that, we have go to college. In fact, we have free education, we have free healthcare. We don't want a part of the United States. We don't want to be. We see the
That's like such a
ice.
major downgrade.
It is, right?
Wow,
We
yeah.
see your ice, we see the greed of your president, your greed. You just go anywhere and try and take money. Your women look like they put big lips and eyelashes. And they were like saying, that's not us. We don't
Yeah.
want that. You can give us each $100,000. We don't. In fact, I didn't realize this. In Greenland, when you buy property, you don't actually buy the property. No one owns land in Greenland. The land belongs to everybody. You buy the house on top of the property.
On top of the property. That's
great?
interesting. That is
There
interesting.
you go. It's not your land, dumbass. You can't own land. I appreciate that. So that's what you get when you have an
Well, that's
indigenous,
indigenous. Yeah.
indigenous
Yeah,
government
yeah.
or their little that influence in there. So I appreciate that.
Yes.
But yeah, but I do have, and I know we keep getting distracted, but I wanted to watch something and
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's roll
yeah.
roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Roll the tape. All right, hold on. I gotta do my share screen. I gotta do my share screen. Here we go. Where is it?
It'll be on,
Is that
be on
it?
the camera. Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
share. Can we see her? Let me know.
Yeah, I see her. Yep.
Okay, now this is one of my favorites. She's Colt College. She's a former fundamentalist Mormon that has been used as she talks about cults. She got out of a cult, so now she advises, and now she's talking about politics. And this is a video that she wants everyone to see because it's very troubling in that do I need to be more set up than that?
Well, I think you should. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't quite clear on it. I see the header right there.
Right,
So
so
it
it-
gave me
it-
some indication.
It's from a protest recently. It looks like Minneapolis probably. And there's a great confusion as to whether somebody there, like people don't know, or who are you, what's going on. So it's interesting to see this.
Busy?
Okay, good. You all right, dude? Right? Come on, breathe.
Can we blow this up?
Can you blow it up?
Make it bigger?
I don't know if I can.
I'm with them. Trust me. You want some people know that. You cut the You all right, man?
It all makes sense.
Back up. Back up. Yeah, save your Nazi. Put him in your Nazi van. Go get him some help. He needs a little bit of fucking mental health there. Don't he? Nobody got that. Hey, you gonna look me in the eye when you spray me? You gonna look me in the eye when you spray me? You're gonna be just like the fuck up that. You're gonna look at me and fucking finger. Put your gun down. Right by my finger. Put that out.
it goes.
I'm about to.
Isn't that crazy?
That is a little crazy, but it's actually a very common tactic used against protesters over at least the past decade or more that I've been covering protests. There were cops embedded in the group when I was covering the No NATO protests back
What
in
happened?
they ended up arresting everybody that was in the apartment that I was in, and I actually had to call my editor at the time, and they had to call my union rep and get me a lawyer to get me away from the situation because apparently like the people that were all there, many of them had disappeared for like well over a week. It was like 2-3 weeks, and then finally they were you know put in regular population and like where
Yep.
people were able to track them again, and they became initially the NATO 5, called the NATO 5, which then became the NATO 3 because
Right.
two of the people were actually police officers.
Right. And they were what were the people imprisoned for? What were they arrested for?
They were accused of like a terrorist plot
Mhm.
because they were supposedly going to make Molotov cocktails. And the evidence for this was all of the beer bottles in the apartment,
Right, right. That sounds
which
like
there was lots of beer drinking during
right,
that period.
right.
And then they had a gas can in the car, in the trunk of the car, with a bunch of like work rags.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that sounds like it's like an operation that they were infiltrating. This looks like it was
It
just a
wasn't.
guy that was just in on a
The-
protest.
no,
Right? Like it's a little it's
well, they were a part of the protests and
sure.
everything, and like there was no operation. It was like a bunch of fucking young 19-20 year olds drinking beer and like protesting. Like it's like
Protesting
basically it was a
against
frat
NATO? Were you
house.
protesting against NATO?
Yeah, at the time. Well, I wasn't protesting anybody, but
Covering it.
I was embedded with them.
Why were they protesting NATO?
It was it was during I'm trying to remember because this is over a decade ago. Um, I think it was just in general. Like they were in Chicago for like a big,
Right.
convention or whatever.
Right. But I think my point is like while someone like you who's been in protesting and covering them and stuff like that for a long time, I think it's important for people who aren't in that circle that might this was news to me, that seeing that and seeing them being as surprised and being them on the street not knowing whether they should kick this. Obviously they saw something that led them to believe,
Well, they
like
did
I guess
kick,
he broke off.
on the bright side, they did kick his ass a little bit.
They
so.
did, because that's what they were doing. And
Yeah.
then the guy's like, hold on, don't get him. He's one of us. And then they're like, are we fighting amongst ourselves? And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like, oh no. And his people come to get him. So
Yeah.
I thought that's unique. And I have not seen that captured on video.
I think
that's
that level of awareness from a protest group, to be able to spot
right.
an
And to see how they're doing
infiltrator,
it.
yeah, it is good. It can also be dangerous because you may target like I've seen them like people in a protest target people who have nothing to do
Oh,
with
sure. Yeah.
any law enforcement or
Yes,
or
that's why we
anything
don't want
like that.
everybody armed, because there's no way of knowing who's a friend and who's not a friend in a lot of cases. So it
Yeah.
only adds to problems. Yes. So I agree. It's just that to me it was great to see that on video. And
But yeah, there was that happened all through during the Black Lives Matter.
and I've
Yeah,
never
we did-
seen it on video.
Well, we
though.
did see that video
Yeah.
of the guy who had a hammer and he was smashing store windows. Remember, he was a white guy wearing a
Yep.
And they're
Yes.
like, look at this guy, look at he's smashing windows, he's smashing
Right,
windows.
right, because
And that's
he
all
was
he
a
was doing.
provocateur.
He just had a hammer and was
Yeah,
just going down the main street and smashing windows.
Yeah, so he was a provocateur.
Yes.
So this guy looks like he was actually literally one of them in the, like, I don't know, like that guy just might have been.
No, he's a plan, is what you call
Yeah,
him.
yeah, plan.
Yeah, it's all of the above are kind of like the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had seen a guy on Facebook who, well, I'm following him. I assume he claimed to be an organizer in Minneapolis. He sounded like he was legit, but he was talking about tactics, and he was saying how ICE is beginning to adapt, or has been adapting, in the sense of they'll put out like guys dressed in riot gear. They'll draw the protesters over to this side, but then hit something the other way on the other side of town. They'll do you'll have protesters in the front, engaging with some cops, and then they'll come up behind them. The ICE guys will come up to the flank of them or something like that. So there's all these ways that they're doing
Well, why can't
these strategies and tactics. But the guys seem to be like, hey, keep reporting what you're seeing, because we're seeing this and we're adapting. So it's this whole game.
Well, I think we should all buy ICE costumes on Amazon and then start hanging out and beat the shit out of them.
But then you start getting shot.
Except that's a federal offense.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
it's
literal.
fun.
That is literally impersonating a police officer, and that is a federal
Not if it
offense.
says like nice instead of ice on it.
Icy.
Icy. It's something like,
Speaking of people impersonating police officers, I was just reading today that apparently there are scammers targeting the Asian American community in Philadelphia, pretending to be police. Yeah, so if you're Asian American, like call 911. Like
Right.
if you report this stuff. Like if somebody contacts you saying they're a police officer,
take a picture.
yeah, take a
Take a
picture.
picture and call 911. Take a picture. Can I have a picture of your badge? Can I have a picture? I'll call 911 and I'll see.
Yeah, definitely don't ever let any cop in your house unless they have
Never.
a judicial warrant.
Yes. They're
Don't
like
open
vampires.
your door for them. Nothing.
Nope.
Don't talk to them.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
And shut
Always,
the fuck up.
always shut the
Shut
fuck
the fuck
up.
up. What do they ask you? Shut the fuck up. Did they know
What
you?
was the one you
I
were
don't
lis-
know.
What
Yeah.
was the one you were listening to where they said if somebody runs it, an undocumented person runs into your house?
Yeah, they're allowed to run into our house and then we can be like, hey, you can't come in here. But I
Yep.
can't say come in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Right.
I think that everybody should like put like a ice machine or something in their house. And then when you see something, you be like, come in, there's ice and ice this way for ice. And then they can jump in and be like, no, officer, I was trying to help him have a frosty beverage. I
You'd
didn't
be
know.
You'd be
I'd be
arrested
arrested so fast.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, Steve.
See, this is why I want to build a secret room in my house disguised as a bookshelf.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Oh, did you hear about the nastiest place, that thing I showed you yesterday?
Oh yeah, there's
What was it called? I had a name for it. It was a hashtag on TikTok. The guys are on TikTok.
like spider holes in your house or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. They're showing where they would hide in their house with a gun so that they could pick off people if they tried to come into their house. And there's a hashtag like nasty locate dangerous. There's some hashtag that they're using, and it's pretty serious. Like one guy's like, I can pick off probably 3 before they see me. So that's trending now, by the way. Trending. Like this is where people's heads are going. So I mean, it's a powder keg, man. I don't think we even
The nice thing about my house is you got to get through like at least 2 doors
yes.
in both directions. Like if you're coming from the back, you got to get through that door, which is
Yep.
solid good wood.
And it's brick. Your whole house is like brick. And
Yeah.
it's a row home, so you have no side penetration. I mean, you're almost a fortress. Not as good as Morgan's house. He had the real zombie
He had
house.
a great house, yeah.
A friend of ours had a house with like no windows on the bottom floor, and they had it's a real like a modernist house. So they had these weird narrow
Little.
windows all at the top that let light in that way. But it was a terrible failed architectural design. But he was like, it's the zombie house. I was like, that's one way to look at it, right?
Yeah.
But you got a
Yeah.
fortress. That's good.
I just got to replace the windows between the front room and the main house with ballistic
Yeah,
windows.
sure. Then you'll be
Because I don't want to be that guy sitting there watching the news and getting shot.
No, we do not want that. Well, we have I assume that we're in a gated condo, like a condo, you need a gate to get past. So I assume our guards are like, they'll die for us, right? I think they will.
Give them extra good Christmas and
Yeah.
birthday
We gave her a
bonuses.
Wawa gift card, so I think
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, if they're disguised as pizza people, no one's gonna get a
No
call.
one, everyone. Yeah, if you come in with the
Got
pizza.
30 pizza guys here. Just go on, man. Come
Fine.
on. Yeah. So what else? What other fuckery is going on in this year of a week?
Well, let's see.
I'm so
Trump backed off of helping the Iranians.
I know.
For the
We
time
have your
being.
back. We're waiting, and then he left.
Yeah, like what the
Like the
fuck?
just like the Kurds, man.
So mean.
Really, seriously,
Yeah.
and
Help
like
is on the way.
there's as many as like 12,000 or more people that have been killed.
Yep.
As many as 20,000
Yep.
or more people who have been arrested are being tortured
Yep. They're all
and
gonna
will
be
end up being executed.
publicly executed. You know it. That's coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they hung a guy at an intersection because he was a gay protester.
Wow.
I'm not sure which part was the part that they hung him for.
Right. But
You know, but seriously, like, come on, like, this was your one opportunity to do anything meaningful
Yep.
and non-harmful.
Yep. But nope. But I think that we were talking today. I think that they're still going to keep fighting, right? I don't think.
Yeah, they are still fighting,
Right.
and they have said this is the last battle because they just can't.
They got nothing to lose
know.
at this point. I think they
Yeah.
took so much.
Literally.
Inflation's out crazy. The U.S. was able to bomb them, so the last thing they had was that at least we were safe, and now they know they're not safe. So they're just like,
They're being forced to pay for the bullet that their family members were executed with. They're
That's
being
amazing.
forced to give like on camera like confessions,
right.
Yeah.
and obviously the regime is blabbing that this is all the U.S. and Israel, of course, that this is their doing, but no, like, this is the people.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
you fucked them,
No
and
rise, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And Steve had an interesting take earlier. You know how we have all the Russian bots and they're stirring up dissent everywhere and they're making well now as Russia is losing the war worse than they have been in a while and things are collapsing there, maybe, right? That's what you're saying. Maybe the bots are not being funded as well. So maybe that's how the revolution was able to start. Even maybe the things that were driving people up to fear and
Disinformation,
disinformation and stuff like that made them feel like they were stuck, like left. And then with that,
oh no, there's still plenty of bots out there.
oh yeah. I'm just saying that
like,
maybe it's not as body as all I'm saying, and maybe in that capacity, maybe
they're definitely not as good as they used to be.
no, they're
Yeah.
not. They're not.
That's possible.
Like, it's a little like
Yeah.
a lot obvious.
There's a lot of them and they're very common, but also I'm gonna have to say, like, I'm used to running into bots all the time. I like to check the comments all the time. That's kind of my jam, and I've seen some things that, like, the lady, a woman from Greenland, the Cooperation Party woman, she didn't have one. I went through like scrolls and scrolls and scrolls of comments. I didn't see one bot in there, and I thought that was weird. And there's another couple ones that I've seen. So I don't know. I think I don't know. The bots are jumping on, like there's a else not LCB, no, they're control board, not LBC. They
British
they
side.
now have some that's the British channel, and now they have LBC America. And some shows go out LBC America, and the LBC
What's
America ones.
What's LBC?
LBC is what is it called?
It's like
the
a left
broadcasting.
leaning.
It's like their MS,
broadcasting
yeah.
corporation in
Okay.
England.
It's kind of the BBC, but more lefty.
Yes. right.
Yeah. It's London Broadcasting Company, a major UK network, talk radio station famous for phone-ins, current affairs, big name hosts like James O'Brien, owned by Global and available in the UK and radio apps, blah blah blah. And they have a LCB US that just started, because and now that's if there's one that's between both of them that they share on both channels, the American one has like I'd say 70% more bots.
Mhm.
Easily. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting to me how they're targeting,
Yep.
crazy.
Some fascinating, crazy shit.
Mhm.
It is crazy and disturbing. And
Yeah.
I don't want to own Greenland. And he even said Greenland, and he's looking at Iceland. And
And
then he also
Canada.
You know the
said Canada.
funny thing about that is like, I think I mentioned this last week, that we have military bases
Oh,
there. They welcomed us.
Yeah, they'd let us put more if we wanted. We
Yeah.
12 of them. There's only one there now, but they're like,
Yeah.
you can reinstate them if you want. Like no one's
Yeah.
stopping you, weirdo. But that's what it's not. That's what this isn't about. It's his ego.
It's Putin.
It's Putin, right? I mean, Russia doesn't need it. They have the Arctic Circle, but like a huge, massive part of it. They don't need that. China doesn't want it. They have no way of using it. They're not even close to the Arctic Circle. They're out of that, So what do we have? Why do we need it? It's stupid. He's an idiot.
He is an idiot. I'll give you that. He is dumb as fuck.
He needs to die. I'm saying by March, he needs to die.
Hurry up.
Hurry up, dude. You're disgusting. Nobody likes you.
But you know what? Remember this. It's always the worst people live the fucking longest.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's just because it feels that way. There's lots of nice. Like Betty White lived a long time.
She did.
She
And
she
she
Dick
was.
Van Dyke's still alive.
Is he?
He's
I did
100.
not know that.
He's
Oh,
100.
wow.
Yeah, he just turned a God damn it. So it's not it just feels that way. You just want them to go. We can all think about fun stuff. Like, he's scared. He's acting like he's scared.
Yeah.
He knows he's going out in a horrible way. His polls are plummeting no matter how much
Oh,
he
they are
believes in himself.
plummeting.
And he sees that. He's not that. They hide it from him, but he knows. He's destroying his whole legacy. It's ridiculous.
Not that he had a legacy to begin
No,
with.
no.
Oh, he's got a legacy. It's
Right.
it's
Yeah.
an awful one. Yeah.
Not the one you want,
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
croak.
Right. The Kennedy family needs to build a new Kennedy Center somewhere and then everybody can just use that. And then the Kennedy Trump Center will just be for Trump shit. Wouldn't that be fun?
For Kid Rock.
For Kid Rock shows.
Oh Jesus.
Kid Rock and Scott Baio can open
Yeah,
and
right.
sing the hits from Joni Loves Chachi.
Oh my God.
Is Aaron Moran dead?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I thought maybe Joni died, but I could be wrong. I have to research
Oh
that.
no.
Is Aaron Moran still alive? No. She passed away
2017.
on April 22nd, 2017, at the age of 56 from
Woo.
complications of throat cancer. She died at her mother-in-law's trailer in
Wow.
Indiana with her husband, who later confirmed the illness had rapidly progressed.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
she went not bonkers, right? She was living in a trailer and kind of like crazy, kind of like Shelley Duvall went.
Like that's sad. That is so sad.
Yep.
Yep.
56. Wow.
Oh,
God help me, please don't let me die living in a trailer somewhere. God help me.
I know.
Please.
Yeah, she did have drug use too, right?
A lot of
That
drug
part of it.
use, yeah.
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 That'll get you there.
Shortcake.
Yeah. shortcake.
Ooh, love the Hawaiian purse. I just saw that
What?
in the background.
Oh, it's not a purse. Watch this though. It's not a purse. It's a purse.
Oh, it's a backpack.
It's also
A towel.
a towel,
Nice. That is so cool.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And because it's also a towel, it's also a cape.
It's a cape. It's a cat trap. He doesn't like it.
I just saw that back there. I was like, that is so cool. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you like Hawaiian stuff because you
I do.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt thing. Oh yeah, and it's a backpack. You put it on your back,
As you do.
as you do. You can put shit in it, like your sandwich.
Never take a
Sandwich
sandwich to a
wine.
beach.
I would never take a sandwich to a beach. That'd be disgusting. But I could go maybe a lake beach, as long as there's not sand.
Oh, that's true.
Do not.
I was thinking of seagulls.
Oh, that too. That too.
Yeah.
Seagulls are pains in the asses, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah, but just the sand. I hate that.
I've had so many picnics ruined from seagulls.
Oh yeah, they've flown off with
Yeah.
your chicken leg or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're bad. They're rats with the wings.
Yeah.
They
Rats
are.
in the Sky. Sky rats.
This guy.
Sky rats. You got city sky rats and you got beach sky rats.
You do.
Mhm.
You do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good times.
It reminds me of that bad lip reading. Uh
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? What do you say?
That was it. Herman Cain.
Yeah, Herman Cain. Oh,
No.
Baked potato.
baked
Moss.
potato moss. Baked potato moss. That was funny.
no, I gotta bring it up for you.
Or the one with
Uh,
Mike Pence and his wife. That was a funny one too.
And the sports ones are good too.
The
football
sports ones, they never
Yeah.
get old.
Yeah.
So wild.
mm-mm.
Okay, Richardson, give me the tree. The holidays
Yep.
are done.
You mute that while the commercial's going.
I tried to figure out that 5 calls thing, but it's very hard.
Really?
Share
As easy as I thought it would be.
screen 2.
It sound like a
Ooh,
easy peasy.
looks like we're getting a. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna get. Oh,
Oops.
sounds-
Penny for your thoughts. I hate Brenda, and a bad guy hit me in the shin, and I peed all in my pants. There's nothing a little music can't help. Rockin' now, rollin'. Down to the beach, I'm strolling. With the seagulls talking my head.
Oh, did I? It's because I moved it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like, why am I looking at fireworks?
Sorry, I forgot that I
This is gonna make us our. This is gonna shut off our YouTube. That's okay.
Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come, put me in a coconut, and they did.
How'd they make it a song?
And me going like, ah. Nothing I could do but yell when these
Wow, that
birds
looks like such a puppet, doesn't it?
tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing.
Do you still look like that?
Got hit in the neck with a happy
He
sound.
sounds just like Kermit.
Where'd it come from?
anyways. Let's stop. There we go. That's one of my favorite bad lip
I've never
readings.
seen the singing one.
Yeah. That is funny.
I've never.
Oh,
seen
they have a bunch of them. Like they have like all of the Star Trek ones,
Oh,
like
Star
a whole bunch of
Wars.
Star Trek ones, or Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the sports ones. I like the political ones. They're funny.
I like those too. I love those.
They're good. I haven't seen one in a while though.
I know you did. You know it, but sarcasm. It like it's
Kind of dead now. It's kind of
yeah.
the world we're in now. Now is
It's hard to make fun of it.
Like how do you make the crazy shit that these politicians say any weirder or
I don't.
I mean you can't unless you're South Park, and well, then it's more just right on the nose than anything else.
This just doesn't make any, none of this makes any sense. I don't understand poor Greenland. I don't know where he thinks he's going to go with this. I don't understand. Like, what is the end game here? They're not going to give it to us. Like, they don't want to be a part of us. And even then, like, do you really think that MAGA people are going to like to look at extra brown people? Like, what are they going to be?
They don't like the ones that they
I
have.
was gonna say they don't like. Is the plan going to be send ICE, get rid of all the indigenous people, and then move white people there? White people don't want to live in the cold like that. Like, we'll live in Minnesota and shit, but we don't. That's why we're not in Kent. Like,
Yeah.
like it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't. Like,
There's
what
a
is-
reason we don't live in Canada.
I know. Like, what's the reason we're not?
And it ain't because of the health care.
I'm just saying I don't understand what our end game is. Like, I truly
Well,
don't
there isn't,
understand
because
it.
everything they do is impulsive. They just want
It-
to and
well-
try to distract.
And it's
Impulsive.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's
It was-
fucking
it is-
Epstein files.
It is a distraction from the Epstein files. It is a distraction from like the destruction of the U.S. economy.
right, but it's part of it.
Like,
It's making it,
yeah,
adding to it.
it is.
It's all about
It
the
is.
Epstein file, 'cause
But
it's
it
gotta
doesn't.
be
It
about
doesn't
the-
matter though, because as long as you get through today, the
Yeah.
news cycle today,
Yep.
like that's what matters to them is today's news cycle.
Yeah, yeah. And then
How
they-
can you shift the conversation from one outrage to the next in the most ugly
Well, eventually it's going to have to come to a head. Is my point here? Like, you
it,
just
and it
can't-
is
you
and
can't-
got
we've all been that kid that you accelerate and accelerate. So eventually you're in a corner. You're going to just paint yourself in a corner and freak out, and you're going to be backed against the wall. That's how this works. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. I really don't.
I don't know necessarily what he's thinking because he's fucking brain addled and like basically
Right. With
like,
Stephen Miller and all
mush.
those people, they are going to lose their guy, and they know. So they're
they
just
but
feeding
they're
it,
also
like-
accelerationists.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
You know,
but-
they're looking for a civil war, like to cause a civil war.
Right, because they think
so
they'll
that they
win,
can
which is
effectuate-
the
yeah.
dumbest thing in the world because
I
they're
know.
not going to win. They lost horribly, like more than once. So, like, I don't know what they're thinking.
Like, we got fucking guns too.
Right, and there's gazillions of us. Like, what are you thinking? Don't start with this country. It doesn't make any sense. It's just so stupid.
Yep.
It's just so annoying. We don't have to do this. It's just absolutely annoying.
Mhm.
But we're gonna have to do this, and I don't want to do this. But we're gonna.
I
Have
don't want to do this.
Gonna have to tear it up.
God damn it!
Yeah.
God damn these people.
Break it down to build it up.
Yeah, that's their idea. That's and it sucks because like, I mean, at the end of the day, like by the time this shit like really sets off, I'm gonna be too old. You
We're
guys are
already
probably
too
gonna,
old.
yeah, right.
Well,
But it's John, that's gonna have to, be handed this. And like John is not. He's a lover. He's not a fighter. He's not. I love him to pieces, but he's not.
well, you don't know John in 20 years from now. You know John now, so
And that would make me just as sad if
Right?
they crush.
right. That's what they're trying to
Like-
do. They're trying to crush the beautiful spirit in these human beings that are learning to be diverse and to understand who they are and listen to themselves instead of get sucked into this hierarchical shit that smashes everybody
Or
into
that
the same.
alpha male.
Right,
alpha
right.
male
Toxic
shit.
everything
Yeah,
and
yeah.
weird feminine shit.
Yeah.
And they're they're in it and they hate it so much that they can't stand the idea that next generation, you parents get to raise children that you can appreciate your child. You can experience joy that he's different and not worry that the world's going to attack him. And now they're trying to make a world that will attack him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's so wrong. That's just so deeply wrong. And now, like, what with the Epstein files, now they've decided the DOJ doesn't have to, he's unaccountable to any other.
Yeah, federal judge
They're
can't
like-
comment on a federal law. Yeah.
That's the new
Like that is literally their job.
that
That's
is
what they
literally
do.
but yeah,
That
it's
is
pretty
literally
much
all they
what
do is comment and enforce laws.
Yes, but now they're going to take it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's going to go, well, we have no
Well,
precedent
they
for
even
this.
said the Supreme Court has no
They said that
authority
themselves.
over them. So I mean, I was waiting for them to get to this. I mean, it wasn't
Hey, yeah.
to tell them to go fuck off. I mean, that was Andrew Jackson back in the day. He said, "All right, you made your decision, now enforce it." After that, everything was open season. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's all been just a fucking gentleman's agreement up until now. If you don't want to abide by it, make me. Who's going to do it?
And that has been like the biggest problem with this country is that it is largely a gentleman's agreement, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's no teeth behind,
Nope.
you know, any of these protections.
Right.
And
by
y-
design, right?
Yeah.
The people are supposed to defend that. The people, that's the whole point, is the people did this. So we're the ones that hold people accountable. It's just they never envisioned that the whole system could be so gerrymandered and so, rigged.
Subverted, yeah.
And they had so
yeah.
many little checks and balances that they could do, and then all it takes is, hey, I think that guy's great, but he's totally against the Constitution. I'm not going to say anything. I like him, and then it's over, right? So,
Yeah.
and that's where we're at now, and it's crazy. But Mandami's doing some awesome things, right? Had a great 2 weeks, so if progressive leadership shows and really keeps coming out, and if he has a good term, I mean, I think that could be really changing for all of us.
Yeah. Well, they have more than one. There's one on the West Coast too, right?
Yeah.
And Spanneberger, who's
Yep,
the
she's-
Virginia governor,
Mhm.
she just
Yep.
she disconnected from ICE. She didn't want to work with. She
Good.
said we're not working with them.
Good.
So that's good. It's all positive.
There was another somebody else that did the same thing recently. They had a video that said, I think it was like, maybe was it Virginia or maybe it was
We did Bucks County also
Mhm.
just said
Bucks County. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out and said that. Yeah, he's like, we're not working with those guys. So good.
Right.
There's
Oh,
bits of-
I didn't somebody
Voted.
die
Yes,
in the
yeah.
federal detention in Philly this week?
Oh, okay, I know that one. I thought we were talking about a Republican dying, but yes.
Oh no.
did. I thought somebody did. You're right.
Let me pull something.
Oh, Rick left.
Yeah. Parde Law died in U.S. immigration ICE detention in Philly on January 9th after being treated for severe drug withdrawal. His family disputes the official account and questions why Narcan was used for withdrawal.
That's weird.
That's
Yeah.
not how that's not how Narcan works.
No.
He was a 46-year-old Cambodian immigrant found unresponsive in his cell on January 7th, pronounced dead on January 9th. FDC Philadelphia then transported him to Thomas Jefferson University. He was detained and then died a day later, basically.
Mm.
They treated him for severe fentanyl withdrawal and was found unresponsive, given CPR and Narcan, then hospitalized and died. Like, that's crazy. Number one, that is not how you fucking treat withdrawal
No.
at all. Like,
Just such a shame.
Yeah.
it is.
Such a shame. Such a waste. Such a waste of people's lives.
Yeah.
And
And then there were other killings. They killed some other people this week, didn't they? Also,
I thought somebody got shot. On the bright side, they're saying that some leftists are now showing up at anti-ICE protests with firearms. So
Good.
that's good.
I want to see that.
Yeah. It's everybody's Second Amendment, right?
Yeah. Mhm. I want to see vets working with Black Panthers. And
Yeah. Yep.
ICE has shot 11 people during recent immigration enforcement operations since September.
Mm.
yep, and
How
let's
many
remember.
how many have died?
Yeah.
Did it say?
Remember, these are also. It's a civil. It's like a parking ticket. It's not a.
It's a fine,
It's not.
right?
It's a fine. This
Yeah,
is not
basically.
This is not a death sentence
Felony
sort of
or, yeah.
thing that people
Yeah.
should be getting shot at and stuff. But okay. Oh, what are we typing? Tori's up.
Trying to find out how many people died. 11 were shot. Yeah.
And people in custody. There's no way of knowing. People have disappeared. Thousands of people have disappeared that we don't know if they're alive or dead,
Yeah.
which is just as bad, really, if you think about it.
It does not say.
Mm.
Funny, they're probably not catching. They're not keeping track of those deaths. Is he in the
Yeah,
litter
no.
box?
No, that's
Oh, it's you,
looking
okay.
into that.
I was gonna say, boy,
Yeah, I
that
don't think
sounds
they're
like-
doing a lot of documentation. They're filming with their personal cell phones. No,
Yeah,
not body
that's not a body cam. That's not,
cam.
and it was manipulated. You know, I watched it several times, and you could tell like that there was bits missing.
Mhm.
You know,
And the thing they showed when the one that looks like he was hit, that's like a classic Hollywood angle that you use when you're
Yeah.
doing a fight scene. I
Mhm.
heard a guy broke it down. He broke it down frame by frame with all of the different
Mhm.
versions, so you could literally see. And he's like, the only one that looks vaguely like it is that one, the one they keep showing.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, that's classic Hollywood. Like, you take that angle here, and you can, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
I do appreciate it though that he did videotape himself
Oh, yeah.
because he fucked himself if this ever gets to court.
Yeah.
Oh,
big
yeah.
time.
Like it made it very clear that he was not protecting himself,
No,
that he was not in danger,
no,
that he was not run over,
no,
or
no.
like it totally dismantled
Yep.
the narrative.
I think so. Although the bots are still saying like, oh, he was had internal injuries. Like, no, his neighbors said they packed the house and left immediately after he got back. So we know that that's not true. He didn't go to the hospital.
Right.
It's fucking liars. He's on some
Yeah.
island somewhere hiding for his life, but
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah, I can't wait. We're coming for him. All right. So I guess we're at our
We're a little
Yeah, we're out of time.
out of time.
Unfortunately, and all this did with today was depress me.
Me too. But
It is so depressing this time that we're in.
it's going to get worse before it gets better. So
Unfortunately.
just gotta hang in here and keep on keeping on.
Lindsay.
Allons-y, as our new leader says. Hey, Ted,
Time to get our Nerf guns. We need our Nerf guns out. Mine is
loaded,
cocked
and
and
ready to
loaded.
go, locked and loaded.
Mine is cocked and loaded. I will nerf you in the forehead.
I will nerf you up.
I'll nerf you up. That's good to know. All right, this was
Alrighty,
fun.
well, try to keep it together. Have a good week.
Just remember, I can hit a cat from across the room in the back of the head.
Get your Spidey hole down and figure
Yeah,
out
find out where
find
you
your,
can hide best. Yeah.
where you're gonna hide. This time.
Top of my stairs. Top of my stairs.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I can hit just about everywhere.
Oh, beautiful. Knife is good. All right,
All right,
yo.
man.
All right.
Sunday.
See ya.